Salvete discipuli. We're going to be going over chapter 1 for the Latin one using the screencast here. Right now I'm looking at the book in chapter 1, which all of you have scanned pages of in your modules, first part of the modules there. Okay, and I'm going to go to page 2, where we have Romulus and Remus here. Romulus et Remus, Mars est Deus, Mars is a god. Mars ream Silviam amat, Mars loves Rhea Silvia. Itaque Rhea Silvia duos filios habet. Therefore, Rhea Silvia has 2 sons, and duos and filios are a direct object here in the accusative case. So is Ream Silviam here with amat. Romulus and Remus here, also direct object, ending um because of that. Aemulius, shut up, clouded, closed up, Rhea Silvia in chains, Winkeles. Amulius Romulum et Remum in aquam ponent. Excuse me, getting over a summer cold. Aemulius places Romulus and Remus into the water. Excuse me, prepositional phrase here. The she-wolf, or a she-wolf, Lupa, subject of the sentence, nominative case, walks up to the water. The she-wolf cares and loves Romulus and Remus. Bene is an adverb here. Romulus et Remus crescunt. Romulus and Remus grow up. Postea Romulus et Remus Romam aedificant. Afterwards, Romulus and Remus build Rome. Okay, so there's your first translation there. I'm going to go to the next page. These are the vocabulary words that you have in your reading. And of course, they're in the nominative case if they are a noun. Okay, and here's the comprehension questions which you did in an exercise. Whose sons are Romulus and Remus? All of you did very well on this, so I'm not even going to get into it. Here's the parts of speech. We have nouns, pronouns, adjective, adverb, verb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. You should have learned those in middle school, okay? And you can read the definitions there. And in the first exercise here, you were supposed to put the part of speech for these words in Latin. This would be a noun, adverb, just follow my cursor, verb, preposition, verb, conjunction, noun, verb, noun, verb. Okay, so you can check your accuracy there. And here's vocabulary to learn. And when we say learn, you really need to make flashcards. Or you can use a Quizlet program, Quizlet, Quizlet, and that sometimes helps you learn vocabulary just like flashcards do. Okay, but whatever, you need to learn these words. You need to learn the nominative, genitive, and gender. Talk about that in a minute. Okay, and here you go. And there's pictures, of course, here. And there's a second exercise. Now, we don't do everything in here. Some things we skip because it's not essential to the chapter and we need to move on. It becomes a matter of time. And please do not be shy about emailing me about any questions you have on these chapters. Find the English derivatives here in exercise 2. So that's fairly easy. You just write them out there. And number, gender, and case, very important for the nominative and accusative. Number refers to singular or plural. That's all there is to it, singular or plural. Gender refers to masculine, feminine, or neuter. And every noun has been assigned a gender. And they have this in Italian, French, Spanish, same thing. So words in Latin, every noun's rather, masculine, feminine, or neuter. And they have these little letters after the noun in the vocabulary list to keep it straight so that you know what gender the noun is. The case is the function of the word in the sentence. Does it function as a subject, a direct object, an object of a preposition? Whatever the function in is called the case, and it will have a special ending for that. For words that end in A, the accusative ends in AM, A in the nominative. For words that end in US, the nominative is US, and the accusative is UM. Okay, coming down here, we did this as exercise. All of you did very well. And it talks about the nominative case being the case of the subject here. William is reading. William is a subject, okay? And the accusative here is the direct object of the verb. I am writing a letter. I is the subject, am writing, verb, a letter, direct object. So the letter would end in AM here because epistola is a feminine noun. Okay, and if you don't understand that, email me and say, Mr. Sears, tell me more about the direct object. And here you have an exercise 3 where you identify the bolded words. This would be a subject. Here we have a direct object here, another subject, a direct object, and a subject. Okay, and I don't see any predicate nominatives here, but they're either all a subject or direct object there. First declension nouns end in A. Okay, let me scroll this down just a little bit here. See if I can master this. I'll be getting better at these screencasts. This is my first one in a long time. Okay, first declension nouns, they end in A in the nominative, AM in the accusative. You can see the examples here. So if Rhea Sylvia is the subject, she'll end in A. If it's a direct object, Rayam Sylviam. Okay, and there you have it's the declension of the A's. And they give the entire declension down here, I think. Yes, they do. And the bolded words are the endings. The beginning is the stem. Latin is a matter of stems and endings. And they will eventually explain genitive, dative, and ablative. Right now they're focusing on the accusative and the nominative. And it does tell you that the ablative singular has a long A as opposed to the nominative singular, which doesn't. So that's a long A, and up there is a short A. Okay, hope you can see my cursor there. Okay, exercise 4 you did, I think. You identify the case of each singular noun, then change into plural. So, and more than one answer is possible because AE could be genitive singular, nominative plural, dative singular. So here you go. But this is obviously accusative and accusative, and that one is nominative. That could be genitive, dative. That's looks like a long mark, so it's ablative. And if later looks like a long mark there on the A, so it's ablative. Okay, and then you change them to plural and see what you can do with that. Exercise 5 we went through. It says identify the case of each plural noun and then change in the singular. So filii would change into filia. Teres would change into terai. Nautarum, nautai. Lupi, lupa. Aquis could be aqua. Poetarum into poetai. Agricolae into agricola. Okay. And a lot of you just tried your best on that, and I respect that when you try your best. Sometimes I grade holistically, which means I give you full credit if it looks like you're getting it. You may not have gotten every single thing right, but you got it. You got the idea, and I'll give you full credit. And there's other things I grade strictly by the item, so there is some forgiveness there in my grading. And you translate these here. Okay, the farmer loves the land. The athlete loves the water. Okay, it says translate from Latin to English and from English to Latin. And you can use the subject, direct object, verb if you like. So the farmer loves the land. Ephleta amat aquam. The sailor loves the daughter. Poeta amat Romam. The farmer takes care of the land. Lupa curat puellam. Okay, just 3 words. Okay, and then we get down here to, it says talking, and Latin for the most part is a literary language. We don't have any native speakers of Latin, obviously, unless we had time machines. So I'm the best you got, your teacher. Excuse me. So we're not really concentrating on talking Latin, and you don't take Latin to say, how do I get to the airport in Latin? It's a totally different reason. But you can speak Latin if you want. This word optime, I use it as a comment in your test, meaning you did a great job, and that kind of thing. Bene means okay, pessime, very bad. Optime, melius, mediocriter, meliuscule, and male is bad. Okay, you don't do so well on the test, I'll say male discipule. Okay, and salvete, of course, is how we say hello. And walete is how we say goodbye. Okay, and I'm going to sign off for Chapter 1, and I'll see you with Chapter 2. Just look it up in your modules.